Welcome guys. Let's see how lists work in Scratch. So here I have the definition of lists, which is an array called an array in certain programming languages. It's basically a collection of things where you have one variable to store multiple values. The values can be anything from a name, number, multiple names, and so on. You have these following blocks that you associate with a list where you can add, delete, insert, replace, do anything with the items in the list. And there are multiple supporting blocks as well, which tell you what the position of something in the list is. A position is the index number in which the item is. Item is the value in the list. You can get the length of the list. It depends. The length of the list is basically the number of items in the list. You can show and hide the list, and you can check if the list contains a specific value. You can find the lists in the variables section on the left hand side. Just go there and find the make a list option, which is there in variables. You can click on this. You get a box where you can name the list whatever. I'm just naming it list name for now. You can select it for all sprites or for certain sprites only. People generally use it for all sprites. When you click on OK, you get this small box over here, which is your list, and you get all these blocks which are there for use for lists, which is not there. Like I said, this is the box which is going to be your list. You can see here in your main output window, and you can see the different blocks that you can use with the list. You can add anything to a list using that plus button. I'll just show you guys how it's done. Let me just expand this. So when you click the plus button, you get an orange box inside the list. I'm going to do it now. And here you can type in anything, and that is your value in the list. So I can type in name Ryan. I can type in numbers 1, 2, 3. I can type in two names, maybe Bob Ross. And that's how you add elements to a list. You can delete by clicking the cross button, and your list is empty now. You can also add things using this add block. I'll just make this large. So when I click on this, just make sure you have the list name correctly. When I click on this and type something in, and just now run this, I add it to the list. So that's how you can add multiple things to a list. It's going to add things to a list one by one. The delete block deletes anything in the list. The number over there is the position of the item which is going to delete. Let me just add multiple things here. Now I'm going to delete something in a different position. So if I delete number 3, it's gonna delete that. If I delete number 2, it's gonna delete number 2 in the list and number 1 as well. So I deleted everything in the list. If I add multiple things and I want to delete something in the middle, or I want to delete everything, just use the delete all block and it's gonna delete everything instead of just deleting everything one by one. Now this insert block is used to insert something in a specific position. Say you have multiple items, you want to insert something in the middle of a position, you can do that. But say you have like 0 items on the list, or you are inserting somewhere where it's more than the number, then it's not going to insert it. So you just add things first, and now I want to insert this in a position in the middle, so I'll just insert something here. Yeah, I inserted ABC between the things. You can also replace something. I'll just show how you can replace something. So as I always said, choose the list name properly if you have multiple lists. And I'm going to replace item at number 3 with 456 and replaces that. So I delete all just to do something new now. Now, how can we add different numbers in a list or different things in a list? I'll show you that. So using repeat block, I'm just going to add a specific number of numbers in the list. I'll use my variable, and let me just set it to 1, and I'm just going to add my variable to this list, and I'll change my variable by 1 every time. So let's add it 6 times. So when I do this now, when I run this code, it's going to add the first 6 numbers because I changed them by 1. The item block tells you what is item number 4 at, or item at position 4 in the list. You can put this inside a say and say what is there in position 4. And so I'm just going to show why we use the delete all blocks. So say if I just remove this delete all from this code, what happens is I'm going to repeat and add numbers over this list again and again. So currently it has 6 items. Now I run it 3 times and it has the same number like 20 times. So say you have this in your start block, and if you don't delete all of this, then you may have this problem. So if you just add delete all to this, then you don't have this problem every time. Now let's see what else we can do. The length of the list, which is like I previously mentioned, the number of items in the list. If I make this 8, the length of the list will be 8 now. You can see the length written over there as well. And this block only checks if a list contains something. So let's see if the list contains number 8. It does. If I click on it, it says true. If I type something like 10, it says false because that's not in the list. The final thing we use is hide and show, which hides the list or shows the list. So that's it. That's all the different blocks that you use in a list.